What's good, everybody? It's your boy Louai Ismail here, and I want to welcome you guys to the first ever edition of LJTV Hoopcast. And today I'm with the J in the name, JJ. Say what's up.
Hello. Hello, that's me. I'm JJ.
And then I'm also here with another guy who is so important that we have to put both of his names in there. You know, we
Oh
only
my
get one
god, we
letter.
did.
We only get one letter, okay? Tyler Vice is just it's the one and only Tyler Vice. Say what's
Yes,
up, Tyler.
sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, people? What's going on? We're going to have a lot of fun on this podcast today. I expect to have a lot of fun.
And I'm sure we will have a lot of fun because you guys' basketball takes over the past couple of years really have been something laughable, and I feel like everyone else. I feel like everyone else would.
All right, talk about yourself there, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today we're gonna be talking about the upcoming draft. As of recording, the draft is tomorrow. We've all done our research on the draft, but before we get to the draft, we have to talk about us first. You know, I want you guys to know us. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just come out here and sound like robots, just straight up talk about hoops the whole time. So let's go ahead and start off with Tyler. Just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you live. Not exactly, you know, because you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Where you live, you know, your favorite team, player, whatever, and just give us a little insight on who you are as a person.
You know what I'm saying? Me, TV. I live in Louisiana. I'm a Houston Rockets fan. I'm closer to Houston on that side. I'm closer to Texas than, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm a Rockets fan. But yeah, it's getting bad for the Rockets. That's all I have to say.
It's definitely getting bad for the Rockets. We can talk about that on another podcast, but
Yeah, he's not wrong.
yeah. So JJ, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, same thing, team, and
Of course.
where you live.
I live in New Jersey. Me and Louai know each other in real life. I'm a Warriors fan. It's right next to me too. It's right. It's right there. Live in New Jersey. It's right there. I've been a Warriors fan for a long time, since 2014. Before they won the championship. Just want to put that up. No, 2014 December. It still counts 2014. Before they won the championship, that's me. And yeah.
All right. Well, you know, he's always
That's
talking
all
about
budget, by the way.
he's a Warriors fan. Yes, allegedly he is a Warriors fan before the big boom. But you know, I'm not here to judge because who would want to get into basketball and then watch a bad team? All right.
That's true.
So like what JJ said, I do know him in real life, so that means I live in New Jersey. And I'm a Nets fan. It's looking up for the Nets fans because back in the day, it was looking down for us, and we traded those 3 picks away, and we got washed out superstars.
Honestly, impressive that the Nets.
So the Nets rebuild without any picks, without anything, has been nothing but impressive, and I owe that all to Sean Marks, our GM. But we are not here to talk about the now. We're here to talk about the future.
I like that. I like that.
Sir. Yes, sir.
We're talking about the future of the NBA. Now, this 2020 draft class, I think you guys can agree with me here, is that it's not really stacked from top to bottom like the past draft classes that we've had, right?
No.
Yes,
definitely not.
although there is star potential. I think there is star potential in a lot of guys.
Yeah. And the way that I'm saying is that there's no certified guy that you're gonna pick and he's gonna be like, yo, that's the guy right there. Like Zion in the past, or we had DeAndre Ayton was the number 1 pick. He's pretty good now too.
Yeah, what a star guy.
And you know, the thing is that there's a lot of unknowns in this draft, not because of what we've seen from them. Is like there was no draft combine. There's probably not gonna be even a summer league, so that we can even see these guys on their new teams. We're just gonna kind of see them implemented into the lineups. So I think for the first part of this podcast, we should go ahead and show our own. We've kind of shown our own, made our own mock drafts for the upcoming rookies, and I think they're pretty interesting. We haven't shown each other at all, by the way.
We don't know
Yeah.
each other's mock drafts. We've completely hidden them from each other. It's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah. So I have.
Yep.
I have all of ours mock draft here. I'm gonna share the screen for them.
I'm known in the group to have very controversial opinions.
This is very
So
true.
That is also true.
I do believe I back them up with logic though, and I believe my opinions are gonna be it's gonna be fun here.
Oh Jesus!
Okay,
You
so
zoomed in a lot there.
yeah, because I want to hide the thing. So this first one, hold on, let me move this real quick. So this first tab right here is mine, and we're just gonna go one by one and kind of and explain why we think that these are the first picks, the second picks, or whatever. So I think that's gonna be good for the first part of the podcast. It won't be too long. And for the next part of the podcast, we'll kind of sit here and come together and come up with a cohesive list of what we think will happen.
Good word of the day, cohesive.
All right, so you guys saw that a little bit. So my first pick of the draft is gonna be Anthony Edwards to Minnesota, and this is my pick right here because I think he is the most complete player in the draft in terms of kind of having him in a system where he can handle the ball, finish it, and he's really good at defense too. So I think that if you don't take him at number one, I said it would be a mistake to pass up on him. I don't think it'll be a mistake because I think there's a lot of good guys in here. But I think you will regret it, really, not taking him number one, especially now because you have Minnesota. They have D'Lo and Cat, and this guy's a shooting guard that can kind of stretch out to the three.
I don't know why they have them listed as small forward. It's kind of weird.
But yeah,
the whole thing is weird.
Yeah, this website has like weird players. Like they had Taj Gibson starting over Mitchell Robinson for some reason for the Knicks.
I saw they had. I was on the Celtics and they had Taco Fall at the power forward.
Oh yeah, this website is weird, but
weird.
It's a good website to put your mock drafts in.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, this is my pick right here. I think he's the most complete player in the draft. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on to JJ's pick right here, his first pick, and I'm gonna go scroll down. And JJ, I want you just to explain what do you think.
Of course.
Oh,
I also picked Anthony Edwards. That's not me. That is Tyler.
Oh wait, no, this is okay. Well, listen, Anthony Edwards. I think he's gonna go number one to the Timberwolves, right? The Timberwolves, they need that third guy along Cat and D'Lo, take some of that scoring off of them. Anthony Edwards, his upside is tremendous. The way I think of Anthony Edwards, he's either gonna be boom or bust. All right.
Oh really?
Really?
I think it's, man. If he's not good, he's gonna be bad. All right. But if he's good, he's gonna be really good. That's the way I think of him.
With Anthony Edwards, we were kind of watching his highlights before, if you remember, and you kind of compared him to James Harden, whereas me and JJ didn't really see that. I saw more of a Dwayne Wade in him.
I see more. I don't see the passing at all, but I see the scoring of James Harden.
I definitely see the scoring of James Harden, and when he gets into the ISO situation, he does tend to look like James Harden. But I think as a complete player, I think he reminds me more of D Wade because of the defensive side of him.
And
I agree
that he has the same frame as like Harden too. He's like 6'5", 230.
That's true.
That same type of build.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go on to JJ here. I'm gonna switch the tabs around because he was actually supposed to go second, but it's all good. We're all good.
We off right there.
So all right, so we're gonna scroll down here and JJ tell me. Oh,
don't go down, my God.
Shit.
I didn't write
I didn't. I wiped it from my memory and
Yep,
I forgot.
from my memory.
I forgot.
Okay. I also picked Anthony Edwards. I believe Anthony Edwards is the lowest risk in the draft.
Yeah, that's true.
In my opinion, I think even if he doesn't have star potential, he will be a starter throughout his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
I think no matter what happens with him, you can't go wrong. I think it's just the most obvious pick.
Yeah, I think we all are in agreement here that Anthony Edwards should go number one. And if he doesn't go number one, you heard reports though about Minnesota trying to. I think they were gonna go for Melo because they called the media calls him the most complete player. But if you really sit down and watch Anthony Edwards, I think that you find that Anthony Edwards is so much better than in the fact that he's a better defender than LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball really has over him is his passing and his shooting. And even his shooting was kind of streaky.
Anthony Edwards may be a better shooter.
Yeah, sure. That could be debated, but
I mean,
I
look
agree.
at the percentages.
I
LaMelo
believe
shot
that he's
20%.
yeah.
I believe that Anthony Edwards is a better shooter, but I think LaMelo Ball is just a better facilitator.
All right, I'm gonna go to my number two pick here, and my number two pick is James Wiseman to the Warriors. The Warriors have succeeded in the past. They kind of were the first people really to bring in the small ball lineup with the Hampton Five, with Draymond Green would come out on the court and close out in the center with KD. But I think it's a different time now in Golden State. You have Curry getting a little older. Draymond Green, he needs to play with another player where he's not the number 3 option, honestly. And Klay Thompson's also coming off an injury, so we don't know what's in the future for Golden State. So picking up an athletic center like James Wiseman would really help them in the long run, because although he might not get in there and become the star at first, they could develop him, and especially we know how good the developmental staff of the Warriors are. They take any player and they turn them into a great team player. So I think in the draft, I have him as the best plug-and-play center in the draft, where you just put him in, he's good to go. He won't be a star, but he'll contribute. So yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think?
I agree with this actually. I think he has the potential to be great, but I think he's going to be good straight off the bat. Like, he's going to be able to contribute to a decent level.
All right, so I'm gonna go on to the second one, and JJ is gonna be the guy. So I'm gonna scroll down here just a little bit, and we ready to get a sneak peek?
Yes. Denny Avdia. I'm a Warriors fan, and going into it, I was like, you know what? James Wiseman, the obvious pick. I think we need James Wiseman. We need a big. We have Marquise Chris. We have Kevon Looney. Not, very young guys, very talented guys. But I think we want to win a championship now. We go James Wiseman. You know what? That was up until I watched Denny Avdia play. And let me tell you, I think the Warriors will probably draft Wiseman unless Edwards is available. If Anthony Edwards is available and Minnesota does not pick him up, I think the Warriors taking him. But in my opinion, I think Denny Avdia has the potential to be the best player in this draft.
I agree.
Now, let me tell you, along with having a very clean jump shot at 6'9", he can also slash at the rim with powerful dunks, grab rebounds like Luka Doncic. He's incredibly fast, very agile, and I also think he's the best facilitator in the draft.
I agree.
I looked at a lot of highlights. I looked at a lot of things about him and his stats. I don't think he has any flaws. Besides, some things I saw is in some because they played in different leagues. In different leagues, he would go from averaging 24 points per game to 4 points per game. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's because of who he's playing or if they're double teaming him or what it is. But that's the only thing I saw. But him playing behind Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins, depending on what we do with him, I see that this man can do great things with this team.
I like this pick because it's a great fit for the Warriors. He can handle the ball. He can keep the ball movement going. I like it.
For me, I have Denny Avdia slipping a little bit into the draft. Not because he's not a great player. I think he's actually a top 3 player, obviously, in this draft. But when you look at fit and you look at what the Warriors need, they just don't need another ball handling guard, right? And I understand he's 6'9", he can go out to stretch out he can play really 1 through 4 if you really look at it. But they don't need another ball handling guard. We don't know, especially about we're not the Warriors, right? So we don't know what the plans is for Andrew Wiggins if he's gonna get moved. We also don't know if they're even gonna keep this pick on draft night. They might, of course, yeah. They might go ahead and switch it over. So, if they were to keep their pick, I don't think Denny Avdia would fit in with the Warriors. Yes, he's a good shooter. Yes, he's a good defender. He's tall. He's athletic. He's got everything, right? But the Warriors do not need another ball handling guard, right? So, they have Steph Curry. Steph Curry has one of the highest usage rates in the league. So, you don't want to have another person that needs the ball in their hands to create. So that's why I have him slipping a little bit more in the
I
draft.
mean, they had
I'm gonna,
KD.
I'm gonna call exactly.
They literally had
I was
KD.
about to say they had KD, which is about the same frame, and Danny Avdia just isn't as good as KD, obviously,
Boy, if there's
in
a
the
team
EuroLeague,
that
but
could pull this off
that worked.
with this many ball handlers, it's the Warriors.
That's true, but you're talking about
And there's only 2 ball handlers on that team if you don't
got
count.
Curry. Who else is gonna handle the ball? in the team?
Exactly.
You have-
Curry.
Maybe
and
Draymond.
Draymond?
Maybe.
You don't want Draymond handling the ball and coming up the
Not
court.
really.
You want him to facilitate down court in the post
Exactly.
at top of the key. You don't want him facilitating up the court.
that's. I definitely see your point, but when you have a player like James Wiseman, I don't think.
I agree. I also said James
I don't
Wiseman is obviously a great pick. I think we win either way, James
just-
Wiseman or Denny Avdia.
I just want to tell the viewers that
I think-
this same man who chose Denny in his mock draft was telling me James Wiseman is the next AD. So I don't know what he thinks Denny is. Denny might be way.
Then he might. Wait, he's playing shooting guard.
Denny-
He's
I
the,
think
he's
no,
the next
but
Michael
the
What
Jordan.
is
thing
Denny? What is
the
Denny
thing
of
is-
James
the
Wiseman?
thing is,
AD?
I think James Wiseman will be the next Anthony Davis to Giannis, but not
Yeah.
off the bat. If we want to make an impact right away, off the start, look for a bright future. I said he will be. I think Denny Avdia has the potential to be the greatest player in this draft. I think James Wiseman also has the potential, but I don't. It's going to be harder for him to reach it than Denny Avdia's potential.
Well, you know, it's something consistent you see with like all these EuroLeague players and players from overseas, is that they're already playing against big people. Like, you know, they're already playing against grown men and people.
Exactly.
Luka actually said it was harder to score in the EuroLeague than it was here because there's no defensive 3 seconds, so they can just post up in the paint and just wait for him to come in there. So
And that is so true because if you look at just looking at, I mean, you can't really say anything because Luka's obviously progressed, but looking at his stats before the league and in this league, and he says that, I mean, can't really go wrong.
yeah, I agree with that. But again, James Wiseman on the board, you gotta take him. All right, we're going over to Tyler now, and Tyler. I'm gonna scroll down here just a little bit.
I picked the Warriors to pick James Wiseman. He's a great plug and play guy. He could be a contributor off rip. He has the potential. The Warriors never had an athletic big like this guy. This guy is so athletic. He could protect the rim. He's perfect for the Warriors right now. I think JJ's pick is also good for them. Denny's gonna be great in the league. But I think the Warriors are going to get something that they never had in James Wiseman.
Yeah. It seems like
I
the
agree.
Warriors have been missing like a elite rim protector, and not saying that he's elite right now, but you know when he gets in there and I want to see him in an NBA game and
There's
see.
no way that he won't be like a good rim protector.
Yeah,
though.
he
You
will
see that
be.
man's
Had-
athleticism.
No, 100%.
He has what, like a 7'7" wingspan or
He's
something
like
like that.
7'1". He has he has a
7'1".
vertical. I don't see how
believe
he wouldn't be.
We've had
I mean, you've had
defenders.
yeah, you guys had
Andrew
him too.
Bogut. Andrew Bogut was
We also had
good year.
JaVale McGee in his career resurgence in
That's true.
the Golden State.
And
Anyway,
they're great fits in the offense.
Yep.
Not the offense, but defense.
Yeah, we've never had any offensive threats like James Wood.
yeah. All right, let's go over to my third pick of the draft, and you see it here,
Oh.
and it's LaMelo Ball.
Okay.
So I wrote here that they're in need of an upgrade at point guard. You know, Michael Jordan gave that terrible bag to what's his name? To Terry Rozier. They can probably find a place to move him if they do trade LaMelo Ball, or they can keep him on the roster until LaMelo Ball seems ready.
You
Right.
said trade the ball.
I mean, Scary Terry. I was actually a big fan of Scary Terry back in the day, but when he was in the Boston days. But now, I think I don't watch too many Charlotte games. I don't think anyone here really watches too many Charlotte games.
What am I watching
So
that team for?
so I don't know much of his performance. I just know that he's definitely not the guy. And to pair him in the back with Devontae Graham in the backcourt, I think that they could really make some noise. I was really debating on this was actually a hard pick for me because I was really debating of whether they should go with a guard here or they should go with the big because their center is Ian Mahimi, right? But when you're at three,
Well, they have
Yami?
Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo.
Oh,
The
oh yeah,
Wizards
oh,
have
oh yeah,
Wizards have
Biombo. I
Yami
remember
Yami.
Bismack Biombo. I always get those confused, but they have Bismack Biombo. But I mean, Bismack
Yambo
Biombo.
is not horrible.
He's not
My
terrible.
thing
But
is,
if you can get,
why would you pick a center here when the best center already got taken?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
That's
could easily get another center in free agency or via trade.
that's what I was.
There's a lot of good centers.
Exactly what I was thinking. But when you have LaMelo Ball back up on here, I know he's a little bit overhyped. I don't think he's gonna be. I think he'll definitely be better than Lonzo, but I don't think he's gonna be like as what people think he will be.
Yeah.
And can he keep his not really his mouth shut, but can his father like just shut up and stay out the picture?
You haven't heard much of him recently.
Yeah, I actually have heard of much of him.
You have.
He's talking about, I want my son to play on either the Knicks or the Pistons. I'm like, man, what? Like this is like let the teams come to him. If he goes to Charlotte, it's actually a pretty good situation for him, because if he goes to any other of those like Knicks, or if he goes to the Pistons are already stacked up at the point guard position, right? But
they're not stacked at any position.
Yeah, they're not really stacked up at any position. I'm just saying, there's people in front of him are gonna play.
Maybe.
And then the Knicks is just a terrible situation for any rookie. If I was a rookie, I would pay like my first year's salary to not play for the Knicks.
Okay, come on.
So the Knicks are a terrible position. I think the Charlotte Hornets are a good fit for him. He gets to go out there and play the way he wants to play.
Now, let me tell you something here. You said that you think they should trade Scary Terry. Do you think they're going to be able to trade Scary Terry with that kind of contract that they gave him?
Probably not. But I mean, there should be a team to.
And I don't think they need an upgrade at point guard. I think he could play a good shooting guard, move LaMelo Ball to shooting guard, small forward, maybe.
I don't think they have to trade Scary Terry.
I think this does work anyway. I think Devontae Graham. I see it. Scary Terry and Devontae Graham with LaMelo Ball, all three playing. Honestly, I don't think.
I think they could keep. They could bring Devontae or Terry off the bench. I don't think they need to trade Terry. They're not going to do anything with that cap space. They're not going to keep the bench. They're not going to. They're not even worried about that cap space. Who's coming to Charlotte?
You have to keep in mind LaMelo Ball's frame and size. Yeah, he's 6'7", but he is built like a twig.
6'8".
6'8", 6'7". He's built like a twig. He's got no.
He's
got. But I'm not. I know. But JJ was saying he can move him at the 3. I don't think he can play the 3. It's too much of a physical position for someone with LaMelo Ball's frame.
I don't think so, because I think with players in the NBA, you saw Giannis. You saw Giannis's frame when he entered the league, and he still played the 3. I mean, he was tall, obviously. He played the 3 and 4, but he bulked up. I'm pretty sure LaMelo Ball, being his frame, he'll bulk up a little bit at least.
If needed, I think LaMelo could play that 3.
Yeah. I don't think you put him there immediately just because you have 2 other guards, right?
He'll probably be coming off the bench right away if he does go there, but
yeah. Anyway,
I would start LaMelo at the bench first.
Yeah, I would. I want to see what LaMelo has to offer first, and his own role, and then we'll see if he can get up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and go show JJ's now, and I'm gonna scroll. Did you write something for this?
No.
Okay.
I have it all on my own.
Okay. Interesting pick.
James Wiseman, because Denny Avdia is obviously taken. James Wiseman, I think, like you said, like Tyler said, James Wiseman's not on the board for his mock draft. Why would you pick up another center? But for mine, exactly. James Wiseman's right here. Why not pick him up? You need a center. So I said the Hornets need a young star player. They have Devontae Graham, but he's not really too much of a star. He's a great player, but not a star. They need a star player, right. And they also need a big. Now, if the Warriors don't pick up James Wiseman as their number 2 pick, they get two birds with one stone right here, a big and a star player.
True.
Now, here's what I think. Whatever the Warriors do, the Hornets will do. Like, if the Warriors pick up Denny Avdia, Hornets pick up James Wiseman. If they pick up, if the Warriors pick up James Wiseman, if the Warriors pick up James Wiseman, the Hornets will pick up Denny Avdia. That's what I think. Now,
that smart.
I think it makes the most sense for them. However, with no flaws whatsoever, I think if Denny Avdia does go here instead, it'll make an impact for that. I think it'll be better for them if they've had Denny instead of James, but it'll make an impact right away to their team. and it's hard not to compare him to Luka since they were both Euro players and average similar numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he has the potential. And yes, I know. Look, I told you I have very controversial opinions, and I know it's a little crazy, and people might not think I know what I'm talking about. But I think if Denny falls to the 3rd pick, it will turn the Hornets into a contender for 7th and 8th seed.
Whoa.
Listen to me. For 7th and 8th seed, especially with the Magic losing Jonathan Isaac, they were 10th
Best player in the
seed.
league, by the way.
They were 10th seed last year. With that, the team's not great, but they were 10th seed last year, getting a star player in Denny Avdia. Maybe James Wiseman has the potential to do the same thing too, but I think they can fight for that 7th and 8th seed this year.
My only problem is that if you're down bad as the Hornets and you have no type of pieces, is the best spot to start to really get a center?
That's true. I don't think going center here when LaMelo Ball, when you have a playmaker and a shot creator like LaMelo Ball is available, I don't think center is though.
Perimeter oriented league, unless James Wiseman can be like really good, like you say he could, then I don't know.
Their guard situation set tight. Like unless obviously, like I said, you want to play LaMelo at the 3, sure. They have Scary Terry, which are not getting off their team, and they had Devontae Graham, which is
Devontae Graham. I think he's an expiring contract this year.
Devontae Graham, but I mean, did you see him in that new Hornets jersey? Jesus,
Oh,
I don't think
right,
he's leaving after that. I mean, come on.
Come on now. That might be a new free agency destination.
That's what I'm saying.
All
that
right.
Hornets jersey, Jesus. Okay.
Let's go ahead into Tyler's pick here, and okay, well, well.
Okay, so the Hornets, they're down bad right now.
Great minds think alike, huh, Tyler?
They gotta be looking for that box office type player, and LaMelo Ball might be that guy. Okay, now you might be thinking they might just pick Denny Avdia. No, they're not that smart. Okay, LaMelo Ball, they need him. All right. Denny's the right pick here, but they're not gonna pick him because they need. The Hornets are in desperate need of some type of big time player right now.
Okay, and I see what you're saying is that they need to get that guy on their team, and we all know the story of LaMelo Ball. We kind of all grew up with him, in a sense that we saw him on social media every single day, like hitting the half court shots or whatever. Tyler, control your kids, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So you think the Hornets were going to fall for that LaMelo Ball trap, that LaVar Ball trap? Is that what you're thinking?
I think this Hornets definitely that team.
To fall for that trap, okay. I don't think it's too much for trap. I think, like I said, I think he's a great player. Don't think he's the best player in the draft. I think he's definitely a top 5 though.
Yeah.
He has potential.
And you hear the reports about Minnesota taking him at 1, so if he's still up on the board at 3, they're gonna definitely take him. All right, I'm gonna go to mine now, and my 4th pick is gonna be Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State. I've looked at his stats, and I haven't seen much of him play, but I think he's a great defender based on what I've seen.
I'm gonna
listen, I don't understand. I don't know how to pronounce that.
So I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna say something right now. What you said about this.
So, Tyler, I know Satoransky's your boy because he used to play on the Wizards or whatever, but he's an aging point guard, and I think it's time to go on with someone else. I know they picked up Kobe White in the last draft. Which I was thinking that they can just move Zach LaVine to the 4.
So hold up. Wait, whoa.
I mean to the 3 because Zach
You're
LaVine.
talking about playing the backcourt with Kobe White.
So
you're moving Zach to the 3.
Moving Zach to the 3, and then you're gonna have either Halliburton at the 2 or the 1. So.
And you were talking about LaMelo?
I was just about to say that. You're talking about LaMelo not being able to play the 3, but you're putting Zach
LaVine. Zach LaVine is
a good defender.
He's not a good defender. Okay,
and you're putting him at the 3.
Well, Zach LaVine can play the 3. We've seen him play the 3 before. I've never seen LaMelo Ball play anything else but point guard.
Zach LaVine could play the 3, but
we've seen him play the 3. It's not
his defense is already bad.
The reason LaMelo Ball has played nothing but the point guard because he is a top 3 facilitator in this league, in the draft. I mean,
that's true, but I'm saying you can move him at you don't even have to start really Tyrese Halliburton, right? Obviously, none of these rookies are starting on unless you have a
Wait, if
Zion
you're in
type of impact.
a top 5 pick, why would you want to bench a player? You want to get a starter right away.
Right, but you have to see what they got first. So you don't want to
Of
just
course.
throw them into the fire the first.
Wait, is your mom? Do you have Denny taken yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, jeez.
I warned you guys. He's slipping a little bit, but I think that they need defense, he's a good playmaker as well. So they can definitely go out there and run.
I don't understand how Denny's not picked here.
I have
For
a
you.
plan. I have a plan for Denny. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
okay. You have a plan for
But
Denny,
yeah,
but I don't think the Bulls want to follow that plan in real life.
So
There's no way Tyrese goes above Denny.
There's no way. But
we'll have to see.
it's your mock
It's
draft.
my mock draft, so I'm
It's your
just.
mock draft.
This is what
I
I
got
think.
you, I
This
got
is
you.
what I think the Bulls should do with this pick. And picking Tyrese Halliburton is a good fit for them.
But I
Whether he
agree,
plays,
Tyrese.
Well, I'm
Whether
telling
he-
you this right now. The final mock draft is going to look a lot different from what you're gonna see
Tyrese
in life.
Halliburton is a great prospect, though. I like him.
I do like him, too. I do, but not for number 4 with Chicago.
yeah. All right, so let's go on to JJ's. And did you write anything for this one?
No, I didn't write anything for any of them.
Okay.
This is where I have LaMelo Ball.
Mm.
Now, I think the Bulls have a good offense, but like Louai said, Thomas Satoransky isn't really doing much for them. I think at point guard, someone who can facilitate the ball, I think it'd be nice to see how either LaMelo Ball or Zach LaVine can move off ball. I think Zach LaVine's great with the ball in his hand, but I think with a facilitator like LaMelo Ball, I think it's just the best pick here, and I think it'll help the team a lot because I think at this point he's the best player to pick up, and some believe, like we said before, he's the best player in the draft. So I think this is no brainer if LaMelo's still here at number 4.
I agree with that.
I agree. You also have to take into account that the Bulls are going to be contending for a playoff spot this year. They kind of redid the entire front office. They have a better coach in there. So they're gonna be a fringe playoff team, and hopefully one of these players can come in and be the extra punch that they get to go in. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Tyler here, and Tyler, you have Denny Avdia as your
Yes. This
fourth
is
pick.
definitely the dream pick for the Bulls. He could be their primary ball handler, primary facilitator, I should say. Kobe White's not that passer. Zach LaVine's not that passer. He can run that 3, but at the same time, he can still be the primary ball handler like LeBron. He'll be a star. I think Denny Avdia will be the best player in this draft. I
agree.
So what I'm hearing is you guys think that Denny Avdia has the most upside.
I think so.
Do you also take into account that he has the most upside, but he could have the most bust potential too?
Of course, that's why I think Anthony Edwards is the obvious number 1 pick because I think he has more upside than downside. I think Denny Avdia is a seesaw, honestly, but I think the up is too much.
Because you've seen a lot of these EuroLeague players. Yeah, you're gonna have the Lucas, you're gonna have all these overseas players, Giannis's, but really, if you think about it, what are the chances of you drafting one of these guys? Because I think Luka and Giannis are once in a decade type players.
Not only is this guy gonna help their offense out a lot, but he's also gonna help their defense. He's a great defender, and you're gonna have a lineup of Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Denny Avdia, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter going into the next season, which is great for the future and right now. So
yeah, I see that.
I agree. Otto Porter off the bench, they still have him, right?
They're gonna have Denny's a great passer. Yeah, they still have Otto.
All right, so actually, did he? I think he declined his player option.
There's no way he did that. 28 mil?
I'd have to see that, but
I can look that up for you right now. Just go on to the next one.
Yeah, I think if you check Woj's tweets, you can find it. I did see something about Otto Porter this morning, so I'm gonna go with my 5th pick, and my 5th pick is Onyeka Okongwu.
Denny's still not off the board yet.
No, he said he exercised his.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what I saw, but he will be a part of that team. Anyway, I have Onyeka going to the Cavs.
That's crazy.
They need to have I don't know if you call it fumbling the draft because they did draft 3 pretty good guards, Colin Sexton.
Darius Garland really hasn't turned into much.
Well, yeah, Darius Garland. And what I'm saying is that they needed to draft an athletic forward.
Well, he's really a center.
Well, yeah. He can be played at either or. They need to draft it basically an athletic big, and get younger at that position. You have Drummond, who just accepted his player option, so he's going to be there for at least another year. You have Kevin Love, who's probably going to get moved this offseason. You also have Tristan Thompson, which I believe will also get moved this offseason. If not, then he'll probably get moved at the trade deadline. Same thing with what's his name, Kevin Love.
Yeah.
So I think they do need to draft a forward or center here. They already have good guard play. So yeah, that's what I think about Onyeka Nwangu. I don't know how to say his name. Ankangu. So yeah, I think that
Cavs are one of those teams with the Pistons and the Hornets. I just don't think they're in a good spot in terms of the franchise.
I don't know. I disagree. I think they're in a. I don't know why they
they're in an
went for Andre
awkward
Drummond.
spot.
I don't know why they went for Andre Drummond. I think that was. I don't know how Andre feels about it, but I don't see him staying there for a very long time.
Andre Drummond
at all. Yeah, Andre Drummond.
Well, he accepted his player option because he knows
like,
he's not going to get the $29 million anywhere else.
Of course,
I feel like the only good
like
young piece to have is Sexton.
But I think Darius Garland has.
He has some potential, but
who's the other guard they
see it yet.
drafted?
They don't have another guard. I think
they drafted Kevin Porter Jr.
Oh, that's what his name is. Yeah,
he just got arrested, but then.
Oh yeah, they play him at forward.
Yeah.
I think, but on Conway, here's the thing: is he's a center. He's a center / power forward.
Yeah, he's definitely a center.
Yeah.
So.
But what I'm saying is
they have Thompson, Andre Drummond, like you said.
They need to get younger. But you can play him at the 4. It's not like.
Of course you can. But they also have Larry Nance, and if they don't move Kevin Love, then you know.
I also heard that Larry Nance was also on the trade block, a long time ago. This was like before. Like I think in October or something.
Okay.
But he's on the trade block for the Cavs, bro.
I think I think everyone's on it.
Maybe except Colin Sexton.
Colin Sexton and Garland definitely not. I think they're keeping both of them.
Yeah. Interesting though. And boy, you're going very interesting here with your mock draft, man. Obi Toppin and Denny still on the board.
Obi Toppin, I looked at. He was actually so I did one mock draft first, and then I looked at this pick especially, and I think Onyeka Nwangu.
You're gonna be like Charles Barkley with Giannis, bro, or no, Shaq with Giannis.
Listen, I don't know this guy's name. I have to hear like a commentator.
Onyeka Onkongwu.
Let's just call him Onyeka for now, all right? So I looked at Onyeka and I looked at Obi Toppin, and I was actually very. I don't know if you remember, Tyler. I talked to you. I was high on Obi Toppin a long time ago, but after looking at his stats and looking at his play style, I don't think he's worthy of a top 5. I think.
Really? After looking at his stats are pretty good.
His stats are good, but the way he plays,
his play style, I understand the play style, but the stats.
I don't see the skill set
in
today's NBA.
His play style is very versatile. He can shoot. He can post up.
He can spot up.
I think he's very. I think Obi Toppin is very stiff.
Yeah.
But
sure.
We'll that's what I was.
That's like an awkward spot. I can see why you don't want to pick him in the top 5 picks.
Anyway, we're gonna go on to JJ's pick here, and
it reminds me of I know it has nothing to do with it, but I picked Obi Toppin. He reminds me of like just the way how he's stiff, kind of like in okay, I don't mean play style at all, so don't go tripping. But like Tim Duncan, you know how Tim Duncan's very stiff when he moves. He reminds me of like that kind of.
He kind of reminds me of like a little bit of a watered down, like Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, I like a way watered down.
Yeah. So I picked Obi Toppin. I think the Cavs are great here. I think they're good on the big side. They have Andre Drummond. Either they stay or not. Andre Drummond, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love, Larry Nance, and then they have Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Kevin Porter, all great guards. They're missing that forward spot. They have Yeti Osman. They have him. But I think they could move Colin Sexton and Darius Garland, swap in for each other, bench one, start one, and then have Yeti and maybe even Obi's. He's kind of like a big, I don't know. But so basically, Obi Toppin is a very efficient scorer. Even though he looks a little stiff, he's a little awkward. I think he's very, very efficient. He averaged 20 points in college. I was watching, some of the highlights, and I feel like he plays like a stronger, less finesse. I said this in the highlights. Carmelo Anthony. Now, a less finesse Carmelo Anthony, just the way he loves the post game. He lives in the post game. He's good. He's good at finishing, like a Nuggets Carmelo, and he's good for the spot up too. He's just an all-around great scorer, and I think it'll fit perfectly, honestly, in the Cavs system.
my problem with his game is that he's not like good at he's not like great at one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
he's good, but not great.
that's good for
I'm kind of
prospect.
scared. Yeah, I'm kind of scared a little bit about him though.
He's a hit or miss player.
But that's
Just a little
good for
bit.
prospect. If you got a prospect that gets 20 for you, and who averages 20, and he's not really good at.
I'm just not sure
he's
what
not
his thing in the
amazing at one
NBA is
thing.
gonna be.
That's why the coaches they train the coaches in the NBA they'll train players like that, and they'll improve them.
I just hope the Cavs like do.
The Cavs had
I don't know.
LeBron.
I don't. Yeah, but that's LeBron though. Have they drafted it?
They had
probably will never
Let's
draft
think
another
about. Let's
LeBron.
think. Let's
They
think
had
about
Big
the
Z.
Cavs freaking draft picks, bro.
a Galskis. Come on,
I mean, they drafted Kyrie.
they did draft Kyrie.
That
But
was
they
like
also
the number one
drafted
pick,
Anthony
right?
Bennett, which was also a number one pick, which is the most. This is the NBA's greatest bust. Anyway, so we'll go on to Tyler here, and you also
I
have
also have Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin.
I think they're gonna move Kevin Love sometime. I think Kevin Love's definitely getting moved, right? Obi Toppin, I think, he's 22. The upside's not all there in terms of potential. That's what the scouts are saying. But I think he will be solid. He should be solid. He could shoot. He could post up in college. He could finish. Defense is good. Really no weaknesses in this guy's game, but I don't know what his thing's gonna be in the NBA, and that's what we'll have to figure out.
All right. Well, it seems like Obi Toppin is a hit or miss player in the NBA. So we're gonna go into my pick, and I have Denny going to 6 to the Atlanta Hawks. I think that the dream scenario for me is to watch Denny Avdia play alongside Trae Young at the shooting guard position. They have what's his name there?
Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter or whatever.
That's what Kevin Reddish.
But
Huerter, yeah.
when you have a point guard that's of the caliber of Trae Young, where he's gonna go out there every night and give you 30, he's also 6'1" or 6 foot, whatever. He's not a good defender at all, and I think the direction that the Hawks were going with, where they're just gonna, forget Trae Young like being a good defender and just like let's just surround this man with good defenders. With Cam Reddish, they put Cam Reddish in. They traded for Clint Capella.
They have DeAndre Hunter.
They have DeAndre Hunter, which is a solid defender as well.
John Collins.
And John Collins. And now you put Denny Avdia, which he's a two-way. And we don't, there's a lot to say about Denny Avdia, and you guys already covered it, so I don't want to oversay. But
if Denny does fall here,
No, go ahead, say it, dude. I love Denny. I'll let you know.
Let's keep talking about him. We should just talk about Denny Avdia.
Yeah, we should do a Denny podcast. Honestly.
This is called the Denny Avdia podcast. And then if he's a bust,
go on.
If he's a bust, then it's gonna be a problem. Anyway,
That's
but yeah,
funny. We'll
what I was trying to say is that I think, although looking back at it now, I don't think he'll fall this much to the draft. But if he falls to 6, the Hawks it'd be no brainer to pick him up, considering the fact that he can play both sides of the ball.
Especially if the Cavs don't. What?
The thing is, I didn't go with the Cavs picking him because they already have the guards kind of set, figured out.
But he can run.
I know. They have the guards figured out, and I'd rather them go with a big. The Cavs go with a big than just go with another ball handling guard or ball handling forward. To get some size in the front court that's not 35 years old. So yeah, you guys already covered everything about Denny Avdia. I think he'd be a good fit in Atlanta, alongside Trae Young and the other boys. And Hawks are one of the youngest teams in the league. So I'm drafting this guy. He's like 19 right now. He's NBA ready. I think he's a good fit.
I think Denny's play style, he could fit in any team in the league. Realistically.
Yeah.
I honestly agree, because I think just his passing in general just literally fits anywhere. He's a great scorer, but he's also just a great passer. So.
All right, we're gonna go on here to JJ, his 6th pick, and he has Isaac Okoro.
Now let me tell you about Isaac Okoro.
We had the same thoughts earlier, huh?
So I'm gonna tell you about Isaac Okoro. This man, going into this, I knew about a few players in this. I didn't know about all of them, especially the lottery, or especially the people out of the lottery. I mean. But this man, watching him, I'm pretty sure he is the best, if not maybe one of the best defenders in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Hawks are a good team, but they need physical players, such as slashers and straight up rim runners. Rim running bucket getters is what I like to call
Yes, sir.
them. Isaac Okoro is
Sounds like an anime character.
he does. He's gonna play like one. I'm telling you. Is also a pretty good defensive player, like I said, and I feel like him pairing up with DeAndre Hunter, with also Trae Young. I mean, with Trae Young's lack of presence on defense, no, he's not hiding from it. I think he knows that he needs to work on his defense.
Mm-hmm.
But this will help him a lot because the way he scores the ball and the way he defends, it's pretty physical. He's a very big guy too. I
He
think
reminds
he's
me
6'8".
of like no, he's like 6'5". Actually.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's like
Am I thinking about
6'5".
someone else then? I
Yeah,
think
you
I'm thinking
might
about
be.
someone else. I think I'm thinking about Patrick Williams. I think Patrick Williams is 6'8". Yeah. Isaac Okoro is 6'5". Okay, but I think definitely the way to go for Atlanta because that's what they like. They like the defensive players to pair on Trae Young. But this guy, I don't think they have any slash at the rim bucket getters at the around the guard position, forward position. They have John Collins and Cook.
I like this pick, JJ. I like this pick a lot.
Bucket getters. Okay.
All right. Well, we're
I like this pick so much that I actually picked the same guy. This guy is a phenomenal fit for the Hawks. I mean, this guy is everything that the Hawks need and more. He's good at everything good at anything in offense, but he's not great. But he can develop that. He's a great defender. He can play off the ball, benefit off of Trae Young's abilities. As you said, this is the perfect pick for the Hawks. I was talking to JJ earlier. We didn't say who we picked, but we were thinking the same thing because I was talking about, who you picking for the Hawks, right? And I was like, yeah, I know who I'm picking for the Hawks. And this is great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying? He's a great fit.
Definitely.
This is not a wrong pick here. This is a great pick.
The first half of the draft,
the scouts compared him to Jimmy Butler.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go to the.
I also saw some highlights on him. He's kind of like a go ahead and rim runner bucket getter, but I saw some things where he was jab stepping back for a 3-pointer.
Oh yeah, he can shoot.
He was hitting that corner three
He could definitely be the catch and shoot player too.
And it's crazy how the first half of your draft was you and Louai, and the second half is you and me.
We'll see. We'll see how
right now at least.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go here to 7, and I actually have Isaac Okoro going right after to the Pistons. So yeah, what you guys said? Man, he's a solid player.
I don't like this fit though. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it.
I mean, who do the Pistons
because
have?
who is he gonna play? This guy on offense, I think he's gonna have to play off somebody. Who is he gonna have to play off of? Because I don't think Derrick Rose is gonna stay there for much longer. They already have Luke Kennard at that shooting guard position, so I'm not sure. Not sure about the position.
Well, I was thinking because he does have a bigger frame.
I'm pretty sure he's like 6'5", right?
No, I looked it up. He's 6'6".
Oh, he's
that's what I was saying.
He can run small forward.
He has a bigger frame, so
but they already have Tony Snell though.
That's the GOAT though.
The GOAT.
That's the GOAT, Tony Snell. He can run. That's all right pick.
I think that's good. I think
you can't go wrong with Isaac.
I think you can't go wrong with Isaac. Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Well, the only problem I think with Isaac is Sekou Doumbouya. I feel like they might get in the way of each other, but we'll see.
Sekou probably gonna play power forward though.
No, I'm saying because they're both pretty good slashers, but I don't think they have the defender like Isaac. I think Isaac's good.
If Isaac can get his offensive game down, I think the defense is definitely gonna translate.
Yeah.
All he needs is the offense.
All right. Well, we'll go 7 here, and JJ goes and picks Killian Hayes.
I picked up Killian Hayes, and I was thinking, they lost Andre Drummond. Their centers looking right now are Thon Maker, and someone else. I don't know, but maybe Christian Wood would probably play there too. I think that's what they did during the season. But looking at it, they kept saying, I saw everywhere that the Pistons really wanted a guard because they want to. I think it's great for them if they do get a guard as well. If they're looking to trade Derrick Rose, because a lot of teams want Derrick Rose, the contenders. By the way he's been performing, and I think they're obviously the Pistons are in need of everything, but
yes,
I think them picking Killian Hayes and then trading Derrick Rose to get some good role players, I think it'll be very good because Killian Hayes is a tall, agile guard who is a good facilitator. He's a very good passer, and he's good at creating openings for his teammates. And I feel like that's something the Pistons haven't had in a long time, a facilitator who creates openings. So I think this is the pick for them. if they are
Okay.
looking to go for a guard.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to
For my
Tyler
pick,
here.
I actually have them picking on Yeke Okongwu. My
Uh-huh.
thought is,
That's
right,
what I went for first.
they're gonna
Actually.
have Christian Wood at the power forward, Okongwu at the center. They're gonna trade Derrick Rose, but they're also gonna trade Blake Griffin though, right?
I mean,
So,
you have to look at Blake Griffin's contract and
They're-
figure that he has.
they're gonna trade him.
I think some teams said that they wanted Blake though.
Well,
I think
forgot
the
what
Rockets-
team is gonna. A team
The
is gonna
Rockets
trade
said
for him.
that they wanted him, but he
Yeah,
does
they did,
also
yeah.
he also is like 30, 33, 34.
I think
He's
they
also,
trade
he's
Blake Griffin
old.
No,
for
he's
like
not that old. Is
No,
he?
he's not that old. There's no way.
Blake,
So I think they trade Blake Griffin for like a decent point guard. That's all they really need. And then a front court of Christian Wood and
It should be
and
like
then Yeke.
31.
31, yeah.
It's gonna be good. I'm not too sure how this is gonna work in the modern game, but Christian Wood, he could stretch the floor. He could run that power forward spot.
Mm-hmm.
And
And he-
Okongwu,
Okongwu is a
can-
good
yeah, he's a
mid-range
modern
shooter.
center.
Are
He's a good
are we
pass the ball.
factoring in the fact that they also have Andre Drummond for at least another year? So by drafting this guy, it's kind of like redundant.
Boy,
And then, hello?
the Pistons don't have Andre Drummond.
Oh shit! no.
You know, actually, the
Good.
team that you drafted on Yeke 2 has Andre Drummond.
Yeah. I'm saying because they're gonna probably trade those other two people that are playing in front of him. But it's just a mental.
Yeah, Andre
Because
Drummond.
when I think of Pistons, I only think of Drummond. And
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I
But
kind
now we're
of
though.
I lost
Okongwu
Now I
we're
think of
now.
Blake.
I lost focus there for a second.
Okay.
But yeah, let's go move on to the 8th pick here, and I have Obi Toppin going to the Knicks with the 8th pick.
Okay. Okay.
Another power forward for the Knicks.
So here's my thing. So right now they have Taj Gibson in front of. They have Taj Gibson at the power forward right now. They also have Julius Randle, which I think he's gonna get moved. If not, then he's gonna have to come off the bench for Obi
I mean,
Toppin.
he's gonna go in free agency soon anyway. If
yeah.
his contract expires, they're not picking him back up.
They also have what's his name, Bobby Portis there, but he's also he's a center.
He's
but,
not. Is he there?
Bobby Portis is still with the
Yeah,
Knicks.
he's there.
I think he might be in an expiring deal this year. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
We'd
Yeah,
have to look that
you're
up.
right. You're right.
Um,
You're right. I think I have
but-
that written down too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have him going to the Knicks. The Knicks need everything, and they have the 8th pick, so it's not really helping. I don't really see anybody above him that they should take. So yeah, I have Obi Toppin.
Okay.
That's
We'll
good.
move on
Yeah,
to-
front court of Obi Toppin and
The 8th pick for
Mitch
JJ here,
Robinson.
and JJ
I
has.
Tyrese Halliburton. Now, like you said before, I think Tyrese Halliburton is a great player. Now, I think the Knicks, people say a lot of stuff about the Knicks, but I think they're a promising franchise, okay? As long as they
No.
stop trying to trade for Russell Westbrook and other stars. I think, besides trying to trade for Russell Westbrook, I think they're a promising franchise. Maybe they don't know what they're doing, but I think they have promise.
The thing is
No.
that the Knicks they try to go out and try to sign the culture, but the culture, what they don't know is that the culture starts at the front office. You have to get the right people in the front office, and they have Tom Thibodeau there, and I think he's a good fit for the Knicks.
they still got Dolan though, so it's still a no.
So, but I mean, unless Dolan sells the team, they're not gonna really do anything. So
Yeah.
But I was saying, I get the process. They want mentors with the high salary contract so they can make for a good teacher while they're there
Mhm.
for the young players, and then it frees up a ton of cap for the upcoming years.
They keep
I-
going
I
through the
get
same
that.
cycle every year.
I get that, but I believe if they are able to pick up Tyrese Halliburton, they should take him. Now, they have DSJ, they have with RJ,
Frank
Barrett.
Nizzolina.
they have Kevin Knox, Bobby Portis, Mitchell Robinson. Now, that's a very young and promising lineup. And in my opinion, adding a top 3 playmaker in the draft, I think Tyrese is a top 3 playmaker in the draft, averaging 6.5 assists. It'll help these young players excel, and I believe it'll help them blossom into better players. As well as his shooting, his finishing is very good, and he averaged 5.9 rebounds in his sophomore year with Iowa State. So I think he's just an all-around good point guard, and will help RJ, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson just come out of their shell a little bit.
okay, I can agree with that. I definitely think that they do need an upgrade at the point guard position. But I mean, if Obi Toppin's available, he's a good power forward to pair alongside those other playmakers. I mean, those other guards.
And he can play small forward too, I think, Obi.
Yeah, we can see. All right, so Tyler, you also have Tyrese Halliburton. You have anything to add to this? Tyler?
Yeah. Tyrese Halliburton, I think is he the first point guard taken so far? I mean, Denny's kind of a point guard, but I think Tyrese Halliburton is one of the best point guards, probably the second best. At the point, probably the second best. If Lamelo doesn't pan out, this guy will. He's the best player in the draft at this point. The Knicks need a point guard because DSJ, Frank Ntilikina, they're not the answers. They're already quite backed up at that big man position. They got Mitch Robb. They got all those big guys. They got Kevin Knox. RJ Barrett also forward position. I think they need a point guard. They're gonna pick a point guard, and his shooting was quite nice in college. I watched the highlights, and they need more shooting. So this is the right pick for the Knicks. Once again, great minds think alike, JJ.
Of course.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead into my 9th pick here, and I have Jalen Smith going to the Wizards. Besides what's his name? What's the guy, Tyler, on the Thomas Bryant? Besides him,
13?
yeah. Besides him, they really have nothing else going for the big man position. They have him listed as center here for some reason.
They have more swagger.
He is a center.
But
He's like 6'10".
yeah. Besides that, they could use an upgrade at small forward, because they already have 2 good guards, and I'm not sure what the reports coming out today about John Wall being traded for Russell Westbrook.
I have no idea what that's all about. I saw that too.
I mean, to me, it seems like a lateral move. Nothing's really happening right there. You're just.
I think they're actually losing.
This guy and Jalen Smith. I watched the highlights, man. This guy is nice, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
You think he's nice?
He can shoot threes. He's nice.
Bro, I watched the highlights too, and I thought he was
nice.
I thought he was average. I'm not gonna lie.
This
I was watching the highlights.
This
he looked
man
kind of
was nice.
soft.
I'm not gonna lie.
I thought he looked soft. He shot the threes. I
don't know
that.
about that one, bro. He's a big body.
Maybe I watched a different clip from you, but to me, he looked soft. He looked like he kept. He kept getting the ball. Yeah, sure. He kept some screens getting the ball, but he always laid up over people. Like, he wasn't looking to create. He was always taking the open shots, which the easy ones that were hand picked to him.
Yeah.
On the screen and roll, wide open layups. That's what I kept seeing, and he was popping three. I saw that.
We must have not watched that same
Maybe
video.
not.
In my video, this guy was bodying people in the post.
Really? I did not see that at all.
This guy, the first clip, this guy dunked on somebody. It was the meanest thing I ever seen.
I didn't see one dunk from him. So
it was nice.
All right. Well, yeah. What I was trying to say is that they need a bigger guy. They already have 2 good solid guards. And for the whole trading situation with the Washington Wizards, I think that they should obviously keep Bradley Beal, and then they should also keep John Wall just to see what he has. He's younger than Russell Westbrook, I believe. Yeah. And he's just on an equally as bad contract as Russell Westbrook. I mean, he's making $3 more million than Russell Westbrook. So I mean, just see what you have in him in the first couple of.
The only thing I see is that Westbrook obviously is healthy. John Wall is coming off.
Yeah, but he's coming off a double injury. But you never know with these types of players. He could come back and just beat this. Well, I don't think he'll be the same John Wall where he's just jumping over people 360 layups. But he could come back and see a different version of John Wall that's more efficient and more, and he's better. He's better for the team.
Yeah. I don't know if you
in his prime he did average 21 and 10.
I miss John Wall, man. I miss John Wall.
I know you miss John Wall.
Nah,
I think the league misses John Wall.
And 2 steals, 2.5 steals.
Yeah, and I think now
Jalen Smith, I think he's solid though for the Wizards.
He's also John Wall is also he's not going to be coming back to the same role he was. It was before. Number 1 was John Wall. Number 2 is Bradley Beal. Now it's flipped. Now it's Bradley Beal's team. Okay, so. He doesn't have to do the offensive load as much now. We'll see if he's a good defender. But we have JJ here, and you picked Onyeka and Onyeka
and Kongwu. Yes. I think Onyeka. Now you got me saying it wrong. Onyeka and Kongwu is the second best center in this draft. It's hard to watch him and not compare him. To see the comparisons to Bam Adebayo. He's a very consistent player
Hmm.
who can finish inside as well as stretch and shoot the midi. And I think he'll be a great starting big for the Wizards to play alongside Thomas Bryant. If not, they switch them out. I think Okongwu
Oh,
might be.
alongside.
I think they play together.
Alongside Davies Bertans might be better
Maybe,
if they keep him.
but Davies Bertans off the bench could be a really good scoring option, especially with John Wall back.
Yeah, sure.
I think they have the
But I
scoring.
just don't know.
I think they have the scoring with
Could-
John Wall, Bradley Beal. They're gonna have Okongwu, which is a pretty good scorer. I think if Davis Bertans come off the bench, that's a lot of Troy Brown Jr. That's his name, Troy, right?
Yeah.
Troy Brown Jr. I think
Yeah, Troy Brown Jr.
those are also great scorers off the bench with Gary Payton maybe in there as a good defender. What were you gonna say, Tyler?
I'm just not sure if a front court of Thomas Bryant and Okongwu could work. In the
I
modern
think
day
they're
NBA.
they're
but
both able to stretch.
I think it'd be better off one of them coming off the bench.
Really?
Is Okongwu able to shoot threes? I didn't.
He
I
can
didn't see
shoot.
him
He can
highlights
shoot
getting threes.
deep middies. He's
Oh, okay.
really good at shooting. That's what I was saying. He
I
plays
mean,
the
it
five,
might
and then
work, but
Thomas Bryant plays the 4.
I don't know the way. I would like Davies starting with one of those two. Probably.
Maybe,
That's just how I would run it.
maybe.
All right.
But
Well,
I still have 4. I said, especially with John Wall coming back, his mid-range ability and physical physique to finish through contact will help open up more scoring options for John Wall and Bradley Beal, is what I believe. So they won't have like they
Okay.
won't obviously run a 5 out, but no one really runs a 5 out unless it's the Bucks with Giannis or something like that. But no one really runs a 5 out in the NBA anyway. I think he's a really good lob threat, and he's got that mid-range capability that can help open up lanes for both those players.
all right. Well, we're gonna move
Definitely.
on to Tyler's pick here, and he's picked Aaron Nesmith
Okay, I
from
like that.
Vanderbilt.
Yes. Yes, Aaron Nesmith, the best shooter in this draft. I think he's a safe pick for the Wizards. With John Wall and Bradley Beal coming back, they're gonna have that shooter that they really never had at the small forward position. They got Thomas Bryant. He'll be solid. He's not really the future. Can you imagine Aaron Nesmith and Davies Bertans in the same lineup? I mean, they're just gonna be shooting that pill, man.
Do you see Roy? Where's Roy going here? Rui Hachimura.
Roy might be coming off the bench if we keep Davies, but they haven't even re-signed Davies, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But either way, that opens things up more for Rui or Roy because they have a way better shooter at 3. This guy's gonna light it up, man. I think he's a safe pick, and I think that's what the Wizards want.
Mhm.
He was good. He was good all around in college, but I'm not sure if that's gonna.
I can't wait till
translate,
we,
but I think the shooting will.
I can't wait till we come together and complete our own draft here. I feel like that'd be great. Go on.
So
Aaron Nesmith.
Aaron
He's solid.
Nesmith.
He's gonna be another option for a scoring option for the Wizards.
Aaron Nesmith kind of caught me by surprise because I haven't really heard much of him, considering the fact that he plays at Vanderbilt, and I know I'm not really a college fan, so I haven't really heard of him. I looked at the shooting splits, and I was I screamed at the top of my lungs because the man takes
I was mesmerized too.
the man averaged 6 attempts a game, and he's shot like 52% or 49, whatever it was.
Yeah,
It was a
that's
ridiculous
crazy.
percentage to shoot.
He averages the most, I think, 23 points.
Yeah, he did. He was a straight
Yeah,
bucket getter
something
too.
like that.
23
yeah.
points per game, I'm pretty sure.
He caught me by
This
surprise.
guy reminds me of Buddy Hield.
You know,
He's like a little
I
bit
made some
taller.
comparisons later on when he gets drafted, so I'll save that for then.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead
Aaron
and go
Nesmith,
to.
his NBA comparison. Buddy
Jaden
Hield.
McDaniels.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to Jaden McDaniels here for my pick.
I didn't see much on him, so I can't.
Again, the Suns.
Jaden McDaniels. I watched the highlights. This guy is mad nice.
Yeah, the Suns. They just made the trade for Chris Paul, and they have Devin Booker and they have DeAndre Ayton. This guy's probably gonna be coming off the bench for them. Obviously, usually the 10th pick don't come in there and start starting for you. They have Dario Saric still there, so this guy would be a good backup.
Cam Johnson.
From what I've seen, oh yeah, they also have
Also.
Cam Johnson. From what I've seen from this guy,
For what? Wait, what are you talking about right there?
Cam Johnson is also in the lineup, in like the starting lineup, so he would be.
Well,
Yeah, they
they have
drafted him last
Mikal Bridges, right?
I mean,
Yeah, small forward.
he's a
That's
small
small
forward too.
He would
So
run them small forward.
this guy, I mean, there's not much to say about this guy. He's just a solid player, honestly.
Bro, I mean, I was watching the highlights, bro. This guy he's like 6'10". He can handle the ball. He can shoot. He was looking
Yeah.
nice, man. He was looking like KD.
But
I
against
didn't really see much on him, to be honest.
against
Oh,
college
that's
players,
probably
anyone can look like anyone, you know. But yeah, let's.
I
Go
mean,
on.
yeah, but I mean, he's in this position for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna go with 10 here with JJ's pick, and he picks Precious Achuna. I can't with these names.
Achua, I'm pretty sure. I think it's Precious Achua. I think. So I have them picking Precious Achua because like you said, in this Chris Paul trade, they are losing Kelly Oubre, which they could have Mikal Bridges come up, but I think Precious Achua, he's more of a center. But I think he could play at 3
I
to
was about to say
5.
that he looks more like a center.
He-
He looks
I-
like a small ball center.
I feel like he's a small ball center, but I really do think he can play the 3 to 5. He was the backup for James Wiseman in Memphis, before James Wiseman, had that incident. And then he averaged 10 rebounds a game, but he's very, very, very athletic. And I like I said, I think he can play the 3, and it opens up a need for a small forward for the Suns with trading Kelly Oubre. Even if they bench him over Mikal Bridges, like Mikal Bridges more, I think he can play 3 to 5.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to Tyler's number 10 pick here, and he also
now
has.
once again, great. This guy is exactly what the Suns need. I think he's gonna come off the bench, play probably the 4 or the 5. He could provide a lot of energy. He was looking like Kenneth Reed out there. I'll tell you that. He's like 6'8", 6'10", I think.
He's
But he's looking like a
yeah.
center. I'm not gonna lie. He was looking like a center.
I think he's 6'9".
He was looking like a pick and roll. Chris Paul could use this guy to pick and roll. He's a lot of energy, a lot of tenacity out there on the floor.
6'9".
Can rebound the ball. Can finish. This guy looks really solid. I don't know. Is he really a small forward? There's no way. The way he was playing.
I think they played him at center, but I think he like at high school or whatever. I think he plays a small forward, but I don't think they had the big guys. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
had that tall. They had that tall guy. Remember when we were watching that, Louai?
Yeah.
Dude, they had that dude.
That, like,
he was
Top of
lanky,
fall looking ass dude.
but dude, he was big. I don't know if he was good or anything like that, but he was big. But I don't think they had anyone like an athletic big. So I think they put Precious in there. But
Right here in the Suns pick, I was just thinking of someone.
was
who
he able to
could come
shoot? I
off
don't
the
remember.
bench.
Is he a
I don't think so.
I think he's just like
No.
a get big, get out of
He
my
was
way
like
kind
a
of
pure
slasher.
slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if it'll work for the NBA, but we'll see.
Anyway, let's move on to my 11th pick, and I have Aaron Naismith to the Spurs. So he fits
Like
everything. He fits everything they do in the Spurs. They're gonna have him coming off the bench for either DeMar DeRozan or the other guy. So I think he's a good fit with the Spurs, given the
They
fact
need
that
a
he can.
shooting.
Yeah, given the fact that he can shoot. You've seen like the Spurs kind of struggle getting out of the whole not shooting not taking a high volume of threes. Hence why they missed the playoffs. Especially with they have DeMar DeRozan there, which is not a great 3-point shooter. He can shoot, but he's not a great 3-point shooter.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, which is also he can spread the court, but he can't really spread
I'm
the
just
court.
saying,
Um,
DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge would be a nasty combo in the 80s and 90s. Just saying that. They would probably
they
win a ring.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say really about Aaron Naismith. He's a good shooter. He can fit with the Spurs. Let's go with JJ's pick here, and he picked Isaiah Stewart the second.
I have Isaiah Stewart the second. I'm pretty sure in a lot of mock drafts that this is going to be a big stretch. I think I saw a few like he was going 30th pick. But I was
Jeez.
looking at Jalen Smith, and I didn't like him. I thought this man. I think Isaiah is a better center. I saw Jalen Smith 6'10", Isaiah Stewart 6'9". This man is very, very, very physical. He is a center. He's a very skilled mid-range shooter. I saw him. He kind of looks like DeMarcus Cousins out there when I watch his highlights. He would get into the post and he just do a post hook, very, very contested, and it would go in anyway. He would take it out, do a little jab step, shoot a midi, hand right in his face, so it'll knock it down, nothing but net. It was pretty impressive. He looked
Nice.
very tenacious, very very tenacious, and I think that's exactly
Like
what the
that.
Spurs need.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see what Tyler has. He has Jaden
Jaden McDaniels,
McDaniels.
yep.
Um,
I think this guy is exactly what the Spurs need. He can handle and shoot the ball. He's definitely more of a modernized player. As I said, he's tall, lanky, looking like KD out there, handling the rock, shooting over people's heads. And the Spurs need to get to that style of ball, man, because they're behind. They're
I th-
definitely behind. I think Jaden McDaniels can bring that to the
I
team.
think Jaden McDaniels can be one of
Yeah,
those
you watch
players.
highlights, bro.
I think Jaden McDaniels could be one of those players where like,
He slept on, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can be one of those like you know how there's Donovan Mitchell in the drafts. You have those types of players where
Yeah.
like we didn't expect them to do anything really, but they end up turning to these solid players in the league.
I was watching the highlights. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. This guy right here is catching my eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's looking special.
I gotta look that up after. I didn't see anything on him.
All right, and with my 12th pick, I'm gonna take Killian Hayes. So yeah, he kind of dropped for me. I didn't really watch too much of Killian Hayes. I heard the name and I saw the stats, and I think I'm not sure what the situation is with Buddy Hield, given the fact that they just traded away Bogdanovich. I think that Buddy Hield will finally be happy in Sacramento, because if you really think, if you really remember, he was kind of like doing that like choose me or Bogdanovich type thing, and they gave him the contract and they moved Bogdanovich finally. So I think he'll be a good player off the bench for them. Just that extra punch. Again, the Kings are one of those teams where they're an awkward point in their franchise, where like they're not bad enough to be the first pick, and they're also not good enough to be a playoff team. I was kind of thinking about picking up another forward, like a big man, with Marvin Bagley. You know, if he continues to get injured, it's gonna be a problem. So I wasn't sure what to do here, so I picked up another guard here to come off the bench.
Do they still have Luke Walton as their head coach?
Yeah, they do, unfortunately.
Oh, it doesn't matter what they do.
Oh,
Anyways.
Big Luke, come on.
Yeah, I don't like Luke Walton at all. And we're
Yeah,
gonna go with
I don't like him either.
Now, number 12 pick, Patrick Williams. I'm going to, after what you guys are saying about Jaden McDaniels, I'm going to look at this after. I'd say that's what they're going to pick, because I said Patrick Williams is what I think they're going to pick. Not what I like, though. I think, in my opinion, you know, no offense to Patrick Williams, I think this is the first bust of the draft, if they were to pick Patrick Williams.
First bus.
Not very impressive, but they need a small forward for the backup for Harrison Barnes, especially after trading Bogdanovich. They do need that small forward. I think Patrick Williams is 6'8". They listed at guard, but I feel like he's more of a forward. He did, you know, he's a good. He was kind of tenacious a little bit. You know, he attacked the rim. He shot the midi, created his own shot, but not very impressive. But on the website, it kept telling me pick him. You know, kind of like in my face, telling me that he's good. I'm like, I mean, I guess the team I pick him. Not very impressive though. I didn't really like him. But I'd probably put Jaden McDaniels over him then.
All right, we're gonna go to Tyler here, and he has Jalen Smith
Here
here.
I have actually Jalen Smith. There's a lot of question marks with Marvin Bagley. Can he stay healthy? Well, the Kings are going to grab another player with size who's also very talented. And Jalen Smith, like I said, very physical when I saw him. He can shoot the three. All around, I think he's a talented young man. I think he has potential.
I think me and
But
you,
we'll see
Tyler,
what
were kind of.
happens.
I think me and you were kind of thinking the same thing here with the Marvin Bagley thing.
Yeah.
If he can stay
I just
healthy,
don't know
then
Marvin
sure.
Bagley.
But
He was like the third pick, which is crazy.
the
bro.
second, actually, he was the
I don't
second
know.
pick.
Oh, the second. Yes. Which is even crazier.
But yeah.
Being a big if.
All right, I'm gonna go with my man Sadiq Bey from Villanova. I think this is also like one of those like sleeper picks where the Pelicans don't really need anyone right now. They kind of have the roster stacked up. They just got a new coach, so I want to see what that looks like with them. But Sadiq Bey is a good. Looked at some of his highlights. He's a good floor spacing shooter that can really help Zion excel. I don't know how much he'll play with Jackson Hayes being there and him playing almost the same position as him. So I want to see what.
He the center.
Well, he's power forward center. So and you have Zion. So
Okay.
I mean, he's most likely gonna come off the bench for what's his name, the center. So that's why I have Sadiq Bey. They had Derek Favors there, and that didn't work out really. You need a player to floor space with Zion. I think as the season goes along, we'll kind of see the Pelicans morph to like Zion at the five, because I think that's where the NBA is kind of going, small centers, and yeah, that's why I picked Sadiq Bey. And I'm gonna go here for JJ, and you picked
This
Aaron
is
Naismith.
when I pick up Aaron Naismith. I have him going kind of late. I don't know if he's going to go this late, but this is kind
Not
of where
really.
I want him to go. I think Aaron Naismith, like you said, the best shooter in the draft, paired up with Zion Williamson. I think
Yes.
that is great for the Pelicans. I don't know if he'll go this far, but if he does, I think this might be a no-brainer for the Pelicans. Um, although watching him, although he has an ugly jumper, he can still score like crazy.
Hey, if
and
it goes in, it goes in. You know what I'm
it goes
saying?
in, it goes in. The jumper very, very ugly, kind of slow. But besides that, very great shooter. Just a bucket getter in general. He's not really a shooter. He is a shooter, but he's not like only a shooter. I saw him dunk the ball. He could slash at the rim. He could create his own shot off the dribble. And looking at the games, man, he was really getting that Klay Thompson screen treatment. I mean, like he was just running around like
Mhm.
3 screens, getting open from the corner, shooting that. He averaged 23 points. I think it's just great. Just a great player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he is
Zion.
falling a little low here, but I agree with what you said. I think he would. Honestly, I don't know how much of a good fit this would be, given the fact that they already have. Actually, they just traded what's his name, so Drew Holiday. So they do need
Yeah.
a little bit more
Put
depth.
this guy at the shooting guard position.
Yeah. So
Right there, it's like JJ Redick.
Mhm.
JJ Redick's getting old.
all right. So Tyler, you picked Kira Lewis from Alabama.
Yes. Now, this guy stood out to me on the highlight on the film. Okay, because this I don't think, Lonzo's on he's on last year's deal. They're not really sure. Do we want to pay him? Is he really the answer with us? No, I think this guy, he's got John Wall like type speed. You know what I'm saying? He's a good passer. He can shoot the ball. He's really good. Now, JJ, I heard you complaining about the highlight. You just weren't watching the right highlight tape, bro. Because I saw something
Oh
completely
yeah,
different.
was this the one with the free throws? Was this the
Yeah,
guy I was talking about with
this
the free
guy,
throws?
when-
Bro, I watched
yeah,
a
it
minute
was.
and 15 seconds of this highlight. It was one layup
I'm
and
not-
everything else was free
that's
throws.
Bro, this guy, he's
Awful tape.
fast. He could pass. He could shoot. If Lonzo's not the answer, this guy is. That's my thought process. They don't really need anything, so why not take a shot in the point guard, just in case Lonzo's not the answer?
Yeah.
That's my thought.
I didn't do my due diligence on
Kira Lewis is nice.
Kira Lewis.
Nice.
But sure. So with the last
This
pick
is
of the this is the last pick, right? Yeah, the last pick of the draft, or the lottery. I'm sorry.
Lottery. Yeah.
I have Patrick Williams. Again, I think Patrick Williams, what JJ said, didn't really show too much to me. I think he's good, not great, but good. You know what I mean? So I think it's a solid pickup for the Celtics if they can get him. Again, they have another lottery pick. I forgot who gave him this one. I think it was.
They always end up in this 14th. They always end up in this range somehow.
Yeah, I'm not sure who gave him this pick, but they got
Memphis.
another one. Oh yeah, Memphis. Yeah.
That's it right there.
Oh, I,
Celtics always.
I thought
making the
I was
playoffs,
looking.
getting like a
I was
lottery
looking
pick
at.
too.
I was looking at Patrick Williams and then Memphis, and I thought he was like playing for Memphis.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's this is a pretty much irrelevant pick for the Celtics. They already have a good team.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go
Yeah.
to the last pick here for JJ.
And I have RJ Hampton going to the Celtics. Now, RJ Hampton, I was, on this last pick, I was looking at Kira Lewis, like you were saying. I didn't really like him. I was comparing him to RJ Hampton. And I thought RJ Hampton, I think this man, he's special. I think he's special, especially for around the 14th pick. I think this might be one of the best pickups you can get around this time. So RJ Hampton, very athletic guard who can slash for a bucket, has a very good finesse as well as being very physical. They do need a backup for Kemba. They don't really have anyone there. Who do they have right now?
Wanamaker there, but
Brad Wanamaker. Don't disrespect Brad Wanamaker.
Come on, even the Celtics fans don't like Brad Wanamaker.
I mean, he did.
He
came
played
into
good
the playoffs for valuable minutes.
They don't like him, and
Yeah,
I
in the
saw
playoffs, he
that
actually
there are
played good.
rumors saying that people want to trade for Kemba. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the right move, but if they were, RJ Hampton would be a great replacement.
I don't think RJ Hampton goes lottery here, but I think whatever
The
team.
only thing with RJ Hampton, I looked at the stats, bro. It just wasn't looking good. This guy had a terrible
Well, he's played in New Zealand. None of those
he
stats.
couldn't shoot.
The EuroLeague
I don't
stats
know,
are
man.
not the best. Or
I guess.
the
This is not the
overseas.
EuroLeague. This is the
That's what I mean.
Australian.
Yeah, the
New
overseas.
Zealand
I
league.
mean.
Yeah, you can put me in the Australian League and see how I let the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go on to Tyler here, and he has Josh Green. From
Yeah, Josh
Arizona.
Green. I think he looks really promising. I think he's the best player on the board right now. They just need to pick the best player too. I think he can really give them valuable minutes off the bench. This guy can shoot, he could slash to the rim, and he could be a scoring option off the bench. There's not much else to say. I think Josh Green's just a good pick here. I think he's the best player right now on the board.
I think Josh
he's
Green's
solid.
also great. Yeah.
I think he's pretty good too. So yeah, that is our mock drafts. Let me go ahead and zoom out here. Where to go? There you go. So this is what we got right here. This is Tyler's. I'm gonna keep this on the screen.
Oh, wait, there you go.
This is JJ's right here,
Yes, sir.
and this is mine. So I think we had, for the most part, pretty similar things.
Yeah.
Besides the fact, with it got really weird in the after 3.
Yeah.
But we kind of
Those
brought it back.
Bulls with Saturnsky.
Saturnsky. All right, but yeah, that's gonna be it for the first podcast.
Yes, sir.
I think I had a lot of fun. It was a good starting podcast, given the fact that we have the new generation coming in. So what better way to make a new podcast by introducing the new generation?
I like it. I like it.
I agree.
So
That's great.
yeah, that's gonna be it. Anything you guys want to add?
No. I think I nailed this lottery, by the way. I absolutely nailed it.
I think I got pretty close too. I think I nailed it, especially for the first 7. I think I got it pretty good. Maybe James
But I
Wiseman
feel
going
like
instead of
at
Denny.
the
but
same time,
I'm not sure.
I feel like I didn't nail it because I made the 2 obvious picks, and it never happens in the draft. Like, there's gonna be some picks where you're like, "Oh crap, that guy went."
Yeah,
And it's gonna be a lot of
that's
that.
kind of what I did. I mean, that's like why I put Isaiah up. I thought Isaiah was just more, very, very. He looked way better than Jalen, in my opinion. But
Well, the draft is tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna be all watching the draft, and
course,
it'll be fun to compare our draft boards to the real one, and maybe we'll even do it in the next podcast. But for now, that's the draft. That's the draft day podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast. We're available on YouTube and Spotify for now. I'm gonna try to put it on not Spotify, SoundCloud for now, and I'm gonna try to put it on Spotify soon. So thank you guys for watching. This has been the LJTV Hoopcast.